Hey guys, this is Jeremy with MicroTarget Marketing, and I'm just going to show you really briefly how to properly set up the co-hosting settings for your events so that when you have vendors or sponsors or whatever creating their own Facebook events, you have things set up correctly so that there isn't confusion amongst all potential customers out there on Facebook about what the official event is, and they know exactly where to go. So the first thing that you're going to need to do, we're on Astoria Warrenton Crab Seafood and Wine Festival's page, and we're going to go to their events section over here in events. And as you can see, some people have already sent some co-hosting requests for their own events. And there's a couple things that you'll notice right away. So if you take a look at how Denison Cellars has set theirs up, they've probably gone through this process a few times. I'm pretty sure they've done Portland Seafood and Wine Festival and some other ones as well. So they're kind of used to what the proper settings are for creating their own Facebook event. It says Denison Cellars at Astoria Crab and Wine Festival. But if you look at one of these other two down below, you have Artistic Endeavors created Astoria Warrenton Crab Seafood and Wine Festival. That's the name that they created for the event. And so when people are scrolling through Facebook and they're looking for events or they're seeing events listed, this is going to be named exactly the same thing as the official Astoria Warrenton Crab Seafood and Wine Festival's event page. So like if you look, this is the official event. It's the same name, but this one was posted by the vendor Artistic Endeavors. And then you look here, also King's Raven has done essentially the same thing. So it's not a big deal, but it is something that you want to change when you accept the request. And when you do get the request from them, you want to accept that request and change those things as quickly as possible. You're the official event. You have the right to go in and make sure that they aren't doing something that is hurting your marketing efforts. So before you accept a co-hosting request, the first thing that you want to do is go up here to this little toggle, and you'll see two things: show official events on calendar and publish new events to timeline. Now, number one, you don't need to show the official event for all these co-hosted events on the calendar. So you can toggle that off. And then the other thing to look at, and this is really important, is you don't want the publish new events to timeline toggle. You don't want that to be on. So you got to turn that off. And the reason you don't want that is because what it's going to do is every time you accept a co-hosting request, it's going to immediately publish that event on your timeline, which is going to hurt your algorithms because people that are attached to your Facebook page don't want to see a whole bunch of copies of the same event posted on your timeline. So make sure that that's off. That's extremely important. And then you can go in and you can accept these co-hosting requests. Now, theirs is set up correctly. Denison Cellars at Astoria Crab and Wine Festival. You don't have to adjust anything there. But now you need to go look at the other two that you accepted. So here's the one by King's Raven Winery. You're going to want to edit that event and change the name to King's Raven Winery at the Astoria Seafood and Wine Festival and save that. And you can just exit out. And if you refresh, you'll see that the name was changed. There it is, King's Raven Winery at Astoria Seafood and Wine Festival. So then I'll go ahead and do the same thing for the Artistic Endeavors one. And as you can see, the reason that King's Raven Winery has 2,369 people that have said that they are going to go is because of that confusion that they were creating. People didn't know that their event was not the official event. And so they were going on there assuming they have RSVP'd to the official event, and you don't want your vendors, having to answer official questions and things that you should be handling. So it just helps you save a lot of time and prevents a lot of communication problems happening between you and your customers. So let's go back down to the other event that is misnamed, and this one was by, okay, I don't see who that was by. Let's take a look real quick. Artistic Endeavors. You can see down there. So we're going to rename this Artistic Endeavors. Okay, so one thing that's happening here is it's not allowing me to add any more characters. So I'm just going to remove part of that. There you go. So that's saved. Let's refresh and take a look at it. Great. Okay, so now that those are approved, when you're working on your own Facebook page, it's kind of a pain to have to look through all of these. So then what I will typically do is just click here and hide the events that are not the official events of the page. And then this also, I'll just hide this one. And that way, it just kind of cleans things up a little bit for you. And now that you have accepted the co-hosting requests, there's a few things that you want to do to make sure that they have their information correct and that anybody that their event is reaching is not causing any kind of confusion. So the first thing that you'll want to take a look at is just go up here to edit. There's several things. First of all, you want to make sure that they have the correct ticket URL. Or if they don't have the correct ticket URL, it's at least going back to a website that has been pixeled already. So in this case, the ticket link takes them to the Astoria Crab Fest website, which is fine. And you can leave that. And then you also want to go through and edit the description of the event. And easy way to do that is to simply copy and paste whatever the description is on the official Facebook event. So we'll go back into events to the official event, and we're just going to copy this information here, and we're going to paste it below what they already added. You can save that. So then let's go back and take a look at the other unofficial event, and that's this one. And again, you want to take a look at the description, and it looks like they've already added information, and they've said this is the unofficial Facebook event. Please like the official page here. And this is something that you want to do as well. You want to make sure that the official event link is in the description. So this is great. This is the next step I was going to show you. So they have all this information is listed in here. Now you want to make sure that they have the correct ticket link, their link to the website, so that's great. You can just go ahead and click out of that. They've done almost everything right here, so that's great, other than not naming the event the best way. Once you've got everything all set up, click back to the official event and copy this URL to the official event page. Now, the reason you're doing that is because you're going to create a post on the unofficial events telling people that this is the unofficial event and to go and visit the official event. And the reason you're doing that is, number one, you're going to pin this post so that it stays at the top, so that you're helping to alleviate as much confusion as possible. People aren't coming to this event page and assuming that it's the official one and asking questions. You at least kind of help to send some of that traffic to the correct place. Just create something like, please check out the official event page, or say this is not the official event page for the Astoria Warrenton Crab, Seafood, and Wine Festival. If you want to stay up to date with official announcements, or if you have any questions, please visit the official event at the link below. Now, once that post has been published, you need to scroll down into the event and find the post. So let's see discussion. There it is. And you want to come up here and pin this post so that this is the post that always stays at the top. And the reason you want that is because you're trying to, again, filter all of these people back to the official Facebook event so that you're reducing as much confusion as possible. And we're going to go ahead and copy this. And before you leave, there is one last setting that you want to change in this unofficial Facebook event. And that is that you want to scroll down in here and change the posting permissions. So looks like luckily this one is already set the correct way, but what you want to do is make sure that in the unofficial events, it's set to only admins can post. And the reason is that you don't want people who are coming to these unofficial events being allowed to post questions about the event and then, maybe not getting an answer or causing confusion regarding information about the event or any of that. You don't even want to give them the chance. And the reason I say that is because the default setting will keep this as anyone can post. And with your own event, you typically want to will allow anyone to post, but you want to create it so that any post that isn't by one of the admins has to be approved by either the host or the co-host. That's a good setting for the official event because you're monitoring it. You can log in, you can check those questions, you can approve them or disapprove them, whatever you want to do. With these unofficial ones, you're probably not looking at them as much. So it's best to just leave it as only admins can post so that there aren't any unanswered questions just floating out there that people are then going to get angry about because people don't pay attention. They don't realize, oh, this isn't actually the real Facebook event. And so they'll think, oh, I sent this question and nobody answered me. So you just don't even want to give them the option to do that. All right, so now that we've done that with that event, we're going to do the same thing with the other unofficial event. So we did King's Raven already. We're going to go to the Artistic Endeavors one, and we're going to create a post sending people back to the official Facebook event. We're going to post that, and we're going to view the post, and once again, pin it so that this is the first thing that people see. And then once again, we're going to edit, scroll down, only admins can post. That's the correct setting. Now, lastly, with these co-hosted events, if they have a good following, like this one does, it has 2,500 people that are interested in the event. That's a good audience of people. It's worth your time to do a little bit of extra work posting periodically in this event. So anytime that you go in and you want to post on your Facebook page, you want to post your official Facebook event, if any of these have happened to grow particularly large, it's probably worth your time to also go in and post the same posts in this unofficial event as well, because these Facebook events have much more reach than even your own Facebook page is going to have. So just leverage that. Make sure you use it because that's a free audience for you. So periodically post, make sure you always include a ticket link. And once you've done all of those things, you've maximized the amount of reach that you can get off of these Facebook events, and you've leveraged the relationships that you have with your existing vendors and sponsors. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching this video. This is what we do all year round. We work with dozens of events and we live and breathe this stuff. So if there's anything that you guys need some help with moving forward, if you need some consulting, if you need somebody to just take over all of your marketing because you need to grow by a significant margin this year, or if you just need somebody to come in and help you with the advertising side of things, we're available. We can help you guys out. So I want to invite you guys to visit our website and you can take a look at our case studies. We've got all kinds of events and case studies for you guys to look at. And if you're interested, if you want to get us involved in some way, even if it's just by, giving you guys some advice on what to do next, then go up here to the Hire Us link and click Event Professionals. And come down here and click Schedule a time to chat with us. We've got an entire booking form on here. You can just choose a time on one of our available dates, time slots that you'd like to talk with us, and then fill out your information and click Confirm Booking, and that will schedule a time for you to speak with one of us. We can only handle a small number of events per year. We're a small 3-member team, but this is what we do. We live and breathe event marketing. We're specializing specifically in this niche because we know that we have a lot to offer. and we'd love to work with you guys and help you out with your events. So again, there's a few slots remaining for us this year. We're trying to fill out our summer calendar, so please get in touch with us, and we'd love to work with you guys on your events this year.